All right, so today we are going to learn how to make a sensory bottle. Now, there's a couple of different ones you can use. There's a lot of variety of different products that you can use. Today's target is a glitter glue bottle. Now, there's a bunch of different colors of glitter glue out there. I made a red one. Use about half a bit of glitter glue, but it comes in green, pink. I made a purple one. It came out as a Galaxy bottle, and that one's been used a ton. Kids really like that bottle. This is the red one that I made yesterday. As you can see, it almost needs to set overnight for it to get the right consistency and for it to actually kind of almost suspend the glitter for a couple of minutes. Now, if you get the right consistency, it might stay suspended for about 15 minutes, give or take. You can use a less consistency and have it suspend for less time. If you use more glue than is needed, then it might stay suspended almost indefinitely, or you'd run into the problem where the glue and the water won't really disperse properly. You've seen my lava bottle before, and that is just a little bit of water, food coloring, and then all of this is oil. And that, as you all know, oil and water do not mix, so it comes out and looks pretty cool. The more often that this gets shook, it's going to become murky, the oil will. So after a couple of months, you might end up replacing it. I definitely do suggest using a clear oil when you do make something like this. Again, super simple, about 3 ingredients here. You can also make a water bead bottle, which would be using water beads like this. The ones that I got came out super tiny, and I got 20,000 of these things for about $8 off of, I think it was eBay or Amazon. I'm not certain. I don't remember. But they are really tiny. You put them in water, eBay! And they come out to get really big. They're actually going to get bigger than this, and I'll end up having to separate it into 2 different bottles. Again, best set if you let it set overnight. And then if you're going to allow children to have access to these bottles, I highly recommend getting out a hot glue gun and hot gluing the lids on so that they can't try to drink it, pour everything all over the place, or make a giant mess. And use bottles that have a thicker plastic that aren't easily able to be broken. So, again, today's target is a hot glitter glue bottle. I recommend the first step is to use hot water because it makes the glue dissolve a little quicker. So I have my bottle here. This is about an 18-ounce bottle, and I filled it out to yay high. The reason I didn't fill it all the way up, is the glue that we're going to be using is going to need room, and it will fill the bottle all the rest of the way up. So we're going to use green, and to make it go faster, I'm going to take the whole cap off.
This is the time in the show when we show you how to do the things, and we don't like silence in our show. So we are going to sing the theme song because I am Tiffany, and this is my theme song. Do 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 Tiffany. Do 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 do.
Theme music's very important. You have to have your theme music. Alright, so we used about half. So this is about the same amount of glue that I used for the red one. And we are going to throw just a little bit of glitter. If we use too much glitter, then it's going to stick to the bottom. You can always add more glitter, but you can't take glitter away. Now, the fun part here is that you're going to shake it. And it's going to take a lot and a lot and a lot of shaking. If it starts to bubble up like that, don't worry, that's actually really normal. And you shake it, let it kind of see how it's condensing. We still have some glue that hasn't separated down here, and all the glitter starting to fall really quickly, and that's what we're looking to avoid. That's actually what more or less is going to happen here. If you look at this one, we shook it maybe, 4 minutes ago, and it's still doing what it's doing. But you can see the difference where the glue is not sitting there at the bottom. Again, you're going to shake it a bunch, and then eventually you'll have to let it sit overnight for the consistency to actually thicken up as the water gets colder. But if you start out with cold water, then the glue isn't really going to separate and melt the way you want it to. So there, it's almost the consistency that we're looking for. It's still bunching up a little bit on the bottom, but it is starting to do what we're after. And it's going to fall quickly at first, but that's where I was saying before that it almost has to set overnight. Alright, that is pretty much all that you got to do for a glitter glue bottle. Now again, there's a lot of different types of bottles out there. We have lava bottles, we have water bead bottles. You can make this with any kind of color. We have green and red here. I have pink that I could use in the future if I wanted to. Now, and you don't have to limit yourself just that. You can think outside of the box. You can always use clear glue. And the same way you do with this, you can get little foam beads or seashells or anything that you might want to try to suspend inside of a bottle. Kids really enjoy that. So you could use this. You might use a little bit more than you would with the glitter glue because your objective is for it to stay suspended for 10-15 minutes after the kids shake it, which is the longer that it stays suspended for, they actually have fun watching as all the glitter falls down to the bottom of the bottle. The longer it takes, the more fun it is. If you ever pick up a bottle and you shake it and the glitter immediately falls back down almost like a snow globe does, it gets boring after a little while. You can have kids make these bottles with you. That's really fun for them to do. But if you are using hot water, you want to make sure that it's not so hot that they're going to burn themselves, and make sure they have accurate supervision. Always make sure the lids are on tight because you don't want to have water, glue, oil, whatever you are using to get everywhere. One of the bottles that we do have access to with the children that I work with is one that uses mica powder. With mica powder, it's a 2-ingredient bottle. You use a tablespoon or 2 of mica powder into an entire thing of water, about this much, and when you shake it, the water turns into a silken ripple. So it almost looks like silk that's rolling through the water, and it looks really cool and interesting.
And now in summation!
Again, this was a tutorial on how to make a sensory bottle. I hope you guys get out there, make your own, and let me know how it turns out.